everybody. Welcome back to our YouTube channel, The Witch and the Medium. This is our
third podcast. No podcast.
No podcast.
I mean, we have a podcast.
We have a
this
podcast.
Is not that.
This is YouTube. We have a lot going on. This is our second YouTube video, Dylan.
Our second YouTube video. I'm excited.
And Dylan has decided to come in like a king.
Yep. I am Emperor Dilgustus. Oh!
I don't know what that means.
Dylan Dilgustus.
Oh, yay. Who's Augustus again?
He's like only one of the most famous. He forged. He's the one who took over Egypt, killed Cleopatra. Well, she killed herself. But
can we ever get through anything
without Cleopatra?
Without
No.
Cleopatra.
Just like we'll never get over anything without Edgar Cayce.
Okay.
Ever again.
Let's make it clear. What he's
Adela's
referring
spirit guide is Edgar Cayce.
Okay. Let's pull back. For those of you who are new to our channel, this is
The Witch, and this is
The Medium, but what's your name?
Dilgustus.
This is Mystic Dylan. I'm Adele Levine. We have a podcast called The Witch and the Medium, and now we have a YouTube channel called The Witch and the Medium.
Which you are watching.
If you have listened to our podcast, you would know Dylan's obsessed with Cleopatra. He's also obsessed with everything history.
It's
but
true.
Especially Cleopatra. I, on the other hand, mentioned Edgar Cayce one time.
But she also says that it's her favorite medium, who
Yes.
also happens to be deceased.
Okay, can you not? You're banging that right into the mic.
Oh, I'm sorry.
I'm just saying, like, it might hurt people's ears. Yeah.
So,
Are you starting off with? Are you just okay? I'll just hand it over to you.
I mean, I don't know. Annie,
What's our
know.
title?
We don't edit. Our title is. I don't know. You came up with it.
Our title is Tarot Card Readings and Psychics. Remember?
That's right.
Yeah, what we're basically going to do.
We're doing an offshoot of our YouTube channel.
Podcast.
Our podcast.
Yes.
One day I'll get it right.
One day.
One
Maybe
day.
when we're on the 50th
Maybe.
video.
So if you listen to us, we recently did an episode about tarot cards and oracle cards, and it was titled, Do You Have to Be Psychic to Read Tarot? We just want to expand on that, give you an idea, because a lot of people have asked, even after we've done that, they want more of a difference in association, things like that.
And also, while we're at it, there was one question people threw out quite a bit on our Instagram, which is, what's that website?
Yes, it's eclectic.com, and we will have the link below. And it's a wonderful resource. I might have just said that. We're not going to have the link for people? We should.
We will have the link
We will
below.
have the link. Adela is not about sharing those links with you. She's like taking up my time. Anywho.
Yes. And what is it for?
It's a wonderful resource to find the perfect tarot deck. There's so many. If you want so, like, say that you don't like borders on your tarot decks. You can find tarot decks that don't have borders. Mm-hmm. It's a wonderful resource for looking at different decks. Anywho, finding your tarot cards. Sorry.
I didn't get it.
Well, no, because it sounds so close to something else.
Oh, my God.
Mm-hmm.
Of course.
So,
okay.
But we are going to stay on topic.
Keep it clean, Dylan.
I'm keeping it clean.
Okay.
I'm keeping it clean. So, now where do we go from here?
Okay. So, so what we're going to do is Dylan's going to show you, first of all, before you show people cards, you're going to kind of go over a little bit about tarot card reading, and is tarot card reading different than psychic reading? Why don't you start that? And then I'll go over a little bit of psychic.
So for me, psychic is like an umbrella term. I do feel that doing a tarot card reading or reading with cards, it's a form of divination. You're using a tool to find a outcome. So it does fall under the psychic umbrella. I personally don't feel that you have to be psychic in order to pursue tarot or do a tarot card reading. I think you should be open and trust your gut. But the thing about tarot cards, and I'll show you, is that there are many different kinds of tarot decks, but tarot is a fixed system. So if you were to look at these cards, you would see that, well, this one has keywords, but for example, the Queen of Cups, she has meanings behind it, so it doesn't change, okay? So the Queen of Cups, there's a meaning associated with the Queen of Cups, there's a meaning associated with the Two of Coins, and as you would pull cards, depending on how these cards lay out, that would determine the answer to your question, what you're seeking, where you're going. With that being said, it's a fixed system, so there's a fixed narrative. So you're not necessarily having to be psychic, you just have to know how to interpret the cards.
Yeah, so for instance, I'm an intuitive and a medium, hence the witch and the medium, and my intuitive readings are seeing the future and looking into the future and the possible paths, where that does mean you have to be able to have a gift to see.
Right.
What Dylan is saying is that if you're going to pick up cards, and I did way back for a short time, and I went more into it in our podcast, then you can learn the meanings of the visuals that someone has painstakingly created these visuals to have all these intricate meanings, so that you're using it like a mirror. So when you're flipping these cards and you're looking at them, they're all looking as a mirror, but they have a meaning. So he's saying, as a reader for how long?
10 plus years.
10 plus years and 175 decks.
That's right.
I remembered.
Look at you. You remember.
Wait, I have finished my
yes.
point. And so so what he's saying is, I'm just saying this because this may be for people who are looking into doing that, picking up cards, that you definitely need to know the meanings of the cards. So it doesn't mean, though, Dylan, to me, when he reads, has an ability. It doesn't mean people who read...
I don't?
Does.
Oh, I thought you were saying I don't have...
No, I said it doesn't mean that you can't have an ability and read cards.
Yes.
But it not necessarily... You don't need to be psychic to read cards.
Precisely.
So I'm just trying to make it as clear as possible.
And here's the thing. So, like, I will use my intuition. Yeah. I will use my intuition and add that to the card reading. Okay. Right. I think of it more like a diving board. Okay. Now, in regards to what's the best tool for intuition or to help tap into that, I would suggest oracle cards.
Okay. Why don't you show them?
And I will show...
Dylan, do you have an oracle card?
I do. And this is called the Flowers of the Dead deck. It is based off of bone throwing or bone reading. So the artist added the animals that are typically used in bone reading. So, like, I'll give you an example. So I love these cards. And
oracle cards are really good. You don't have to do like a whole layout.
It's just one word, and and this will help. It's kind of like enforce your intuition. Yeah.
Right.
And I think it helps you use your intuition. So, like, say that you were like, what do I need to look for today? And you pulled the bat. Ooh. Okay. So you would look at that. You would look at the bat, transition into the unknown. So typically in the oracle decks there are keywords. So I would look at this deck, or this card, so the bat, transition into the unknown. And I would think to myself, okay, so what do I need to know today? There might be a major change happening. Something unexpected may happen. Using the keywords and finding synonyms and then building off of that.
And you could also, even with oracle cards, kind of say, you know, even if you are, I'm just kind of thinking of this now, but it is could be used as a tool, like if you want to talk to the spirit world and you want a sign, because I see oracle cards as kind of like a sign.
Yeah.
So if you're saying, hey, I need a sign, because what happens is spirits will influence and put something into your head of what card to pull. Like, in other words, when I do, someone does my tarot cards, I hear which cards to pull. When someone says, okay, pick 7 cards, like Dylan has done, or pick how many cards, I hear which cards to pull. So it can be used, if not tarot, but definitely, to me, it would be easier for you if you use Oracle because it's just a little simplistic.
Right.
And it's a little more not as detailed as the tarot where it has all these meanings where you can say, okay, I feel like they're answering. So
Of
you
course.
could use Oracle cards to help
I
you.
think, but I would say yes. But wouldn't you think for an established card reader, they could do the same with tarot?
No, I'm not talking about that.
Yeah.
We had this discussion
Oh, we
before.
did on our podcast.
No, I'm talking about
Right.
people who are at home.
Who are at home.
Who are going and say, how is there a way I can maybe
Yeah,
know that
connect
the
with
spirit world is
Bob.
hearing me and I don't want to just get a bird and I just, I want to be able to see. Because I
Yeah.
use music that way. I do a shuffle
Absolutely.
on my music.
Shufflemancy.
But that's different.
Right.
Shufflemancy is different than the spirits picking the
Of
song.
course.
So that's what I'm saying. So I'm just parlaying it
Yeah.
as some added tool.
I like it.
Okay.
So the difference between the two would be Oracle. Another thing too, the standard tarot has 78 cards. And they have 78 cards, and it is a fixed system, meaning that, as Adela said, each card has an association, and that typically does not change. Okay? You will have different tarot artists who will have different interpretations of the card, but typically they have keywords and a fixed system of reading. Whereas with Oracle cards, it's pretty much up to the artist. Every artist envisions the tarot, envisions the Oracle deck differently. A lot of them just have really nice art and keywords, which makes it easier just to go off that. So like say that you got another card, right? So the donkey, so which was burden and a heavy load. What's holding me back?
Right.
Boom. It says it for you right
So
now.
you can ask a direct question.
You can ask a direct question. What's holding me back? You would get the donkey, burden, heavy load. Okay, what's holding you back? You're taking on too many responsibilities.
And that's kind of what I meant also
Yeah,
with the spirit
absolutely.
world. Is that if you're saying like, can you help me figure out this decision on also just even with your intuition, either or.
Yeah.
It can help you because it's confirmation.
Absolutely, absolutely.
Yeah,
so that's basically the difference between the two. Going back to the psychic.
I have a question for
yeah.
you, Dylan. How do people pick a card, deck for themselves?
Oh, that's it. So
I'm a
once
great
again,
interviewer.
I would think of what do you like, okay? So the thing about tarot that I love is that there is a tarot deck for everyone. I promise. A lot of people go off of, oh, this is what so-and-so suggests. I really say go off of the art. If you're an art major, you're like, oh, I like, modern art or whatever. There's a Klimt tarot after the artist, okay? There's a Van Gogh tarot. There are things like that. Say that you like native...
to what you're drawn
Go to what
towards.
you're drawn to. If you like angels, oh my god, I can't tell you how many angel tarot decks there are.
Oh, there's a ton.
So many. And the same goes with Oracle too. So you could actually pair off, I have an Egyptian tarot that I'll use, and I will actually use an Egyptian Oracle deck with it. So actually, you can combine tarot and Oracle decks.
Okay.
You can combine the theme too. So if I use I have a New Orleans, Louisiana voodoo, then I will use the bone oracle to go with that. So as if throwing bones or adding that extra value. And I'll tell you, I found personally it takes my readings to the next level. It makes them more precise because I'll give you the key components of tarot plus intuition, plus that added oomph or sprinkle of prophecy from the oracle cards.
Sprinkle.
The sprinkle of
So
prophecy.
Dylan, do you think you want to show us like a spread?
Yeah.
All right, awesome. We're gonna do that.
So I'm going to show you a simple tarot spread that combines oracle cards.
Okay.
Just to remember, these are tarot cards. These are oracle cards.
Can I be Vanna White?
Yeah, you can be Vanna White.
Tarot cards.
Oracle cards. This deck is called the Deck of the Bastard. If you're interested, it has keywords. I love it. It's a combination of both the Rider-Waite deck and the Atelier, which is a French deck. I love it. This is the Flowers of the Dead Oracle deck, and its purpose, it's synced in folk magic and bone throwing. So I'm going to give you a combination of what I do and how I combine both. So I'm going to shuffle my tarot cards, and I am going to... Adela, do you have a question you want to ask?
Yes.
Okay, what's your question?
What should I have for dinner? No, I'm joking.
I just did a huge eye roll and you missed it.
I'm going to ask, what does the week look like?
What does a week look like? Good question.
Thank you.
So, I'm going to shuffle my tarot cards. And if you're doing a reading for another person, I typically like to have them pick the cards. So I'll fan out my cards. And Adela, what I'd like for you to do, let's pick 3 cards from the tarot, stack them one on top of each other face down.
Okay, so you know I go with what I hear.
That's right.
Okay, so I go like this to like stop on the one I hear.
Okay.
Okay.
And then, because we are also using the oracle cards,
Oh, that's right.
that's right, you are going to pick 2 for clarification.
2. Really? This one and this one.
Okay. And then a lot of people ask, what spread do I use? I've been doing this for a while, so I actually create my own spreads off the top of my head. I have some that I've used forever, but this basic one essentially is what I came up with to combine both. So we have the heart of the matter, okay? So that's going to be the card in the center. Off to the left, what we need to look out for, and the next step, okay? And then we have the archetype. So essentially the archetype is the energy Adela would need to possess, okay? And outside influences. So that means things not surrounding her. So going to the heart of the matter, looking here, we get the Knight of Swords, asserting herself, putting herself out there, taking initiative. So with this being the heart of the matter, I would say in the upcoming week, you're going to be the driving force.
Okay.
Okay? So don't expect
Sounds
people
right.
to do things for you.
Oh, really?
Oh, really?
Oh.
Don't expect
Seems
don't
like
expect anyone
all
to take
the
initiative.
time.
You're
Seems
going to
like
have
a
to take
normal week.
initiative for
Oh,
things that you want.
it's gonna be hard.
Okay? Now, this is what holds you back, Adela. So this may be some of the weaknesses during the week or things that
Weaknesses?
what is
What?
that? Escape. Okay?
Okay.
So what holds you back
I
or
like
things
to
that she's not
escape.
paying? Yep, that's right.
Hence, I
So,
don't want to delete my Fortnite.
Precisely. She needs to. She has too much storage on this iPad, y'all. She would rather delete Safari than delete Fortnite. She just deleted her Facebook. God forbid that Fortnite gets deleted.
That's right.
But things to watch out for or
Okay.
things that hold you back, escape. So it could be too. If you are an assertive person, the escape card may say there may be times that you need to step down.
That's true.
So take a look at
That
that.
seems right.
Okay.
Yes.
Now the next step, looking here, the Queen of Wands. So even though she may need to step down from a fight, okay, the Queen of Wands is also about communication and endurance. Okay? Using your voice. So when it comes to this week, I do think that there's going to be a lot of speaking or communication coming up.
Okay.
Okay? Could even potentially be a meeting with someone, or perhaps you have to step down in order to focus on a communication with something else, or maybe you won't be able to do 2 or more
At
things.
the same time.
Okay, so definitely take
Did
a
you
look
wanna
at that.
show them this card?
Oh, yes.
Is-
So, and you know what I love about tarot too, and cards, like, look, you literally see them rowing away. And like I said, if you're a beginner to tarot, definitely think of getting the Tarot of the Bastard because it does come with keywords. I don't count reversals. If you do, there are reverse card meanings too. So you see that it says escape, it says the name of the card. So there we go. So now the archetype you need to possess. Essentially, this is the energy that will guide you or be beneficial for you in the upcoming week. Okay? So let's take a look and see what that is. Ooh, the High Priestess. Fertility
Yes.
and renewal.
What, fertility?
Okay, yep. Giving birth to something, new ideas.
New ideas.
Creativity. And then the renewal, changing things up.
Okay.
Okay? If there are things that are stagnant, if there are things that have not worked for you in the past, it's time to... And so this is why it's always good to think of the other cards. Look at that card that was holding her back, escape. And now the renewal.
Okay.
Maybe there's something that you need to put on the back burner or something you need to remove from in order to achieve your goal.
Interesting.
Okay?
Okay.
So definitely take a look at that.
Okay.
And then these outside forces to pay attention to, looking here, peace and tranquility. Okay? Don't overexert yourself.
Yes.
Now, the other thing too, this is outside influences. So it could also be maybe everyone else
you?
is peaceful. I think it's me. I'm so peaceful. I'm so tranquil. I'm the tranquil energy in Adela's life.
Okay.
So just so you can see, this is essentially how I combine the two.
Yeah.
To go over this spread again.
Cool. They like bounce off.
Yeah,
of
they
each other.
bounce off each other.
Yeah.
So we have the center card, the heart of the matter. Okay. What holds her back? The next step, the archetype they need to possess, and then outside influences. And you can switch it up too, but this was just a good
So
way
these
to
go
get
together,
clarification.
and then you have one more.
And then you have that one more.
Do you do another this?
Well, what? So
No.
it depends. Well,
Oh,
so
okay.
but since you asked for it, since you tapped for it, this could be additional guidance.
Do I just like?
Yeah, pull them from the top. Let's see what's up. And then there we go. Oh, travel and stamina.
What?
There may be a trip that you have to take in the upcoming week.
In the
And
week?
here's the thing too. Doesn't mean that's out of town though.
Oh, that's true.
It's just that travel card. So movement.
Movement.
Doing something.
Okay, so it may not be literal.
And it's a stamina. So it could also be, instead of just staying at home playing Fortnite, maybe there's some other things you have to
Or
do.
GTA.
Or GTA. Don't let your energy burn out.
Okay, that is something I actually learned this. I got
Yeah.
a message from just so people can see how if you hear things and you want to use this as a confirmation, I kind of heard everything he's saying this weekend has been coming to me.
Yeah.
So it does seem to be
Absolutely.
like I've heard that realm telling me these things.
Maybe so. You always have to go off, like, I go off of the spread or what the placement of the card. So one thing, too, that keeps coming back to, like, what holds her back? The escape. So is it that you easily escape? Is it that it's hard for you to step down? So those are things that you have to question, and
Or maybe
I think
need
or
to
both.
escape more.
Maybe you need to escape more because I'm looking at this stamina card.
Yeah.
So maybe that's what it's saying.
Definitely.
Don't feel that you have to constantly stay,
go,
especially when you
go,
look at
go.
cards like renewal.
Right.
It's almost kind of like saying beating a dead horse.
Okay.
Which is funny because we got the horse.
Oh, cool.
So maybe you just need to like jump on a different horse
Jump
or
on a
try
different
something
horse.
new.
Okay.
So there we go. So that's just
Awesome.
kind of a idea.
All right, great. So, Dylan, thank you for my little reading.
You're welcome.
That's like a little quick reading, right?
Yeah, that's a quick reading.
And wait, I have to show you this. Do you see my shirt that I wear for
Miss
this?
Cleo.
Fortune telling services.
And I wore a Haunted
Look.
Mansion shirt. Look, we
that?
both got crystal balls.
I mean, come on.
Madame Leota.
Yeah, you have like everything in there. Yes.
So yeah, quick little reading. And here's the thing too, just going back to like, not saying that I wasn't being psychic there, but I was relying more on that intuition. It helps you pull the intuition.
Right.
So it's all about growth and expanding your
So
skill.
you're saying like it was because like if you notice when you read the cards, he's explaining the card. But what I've noticed when a reader is using their intuition, they go a little deeper.
Yeah.
Like it's not just explaining.
Right.
So that does take practice, and one of the ways you hone your intuition
Mm-hmm.
is to listen and pay attention, and the hardest part is trust it.
It's true.
So thanks for our second video.
Second video.
You can follow Dylan on Instagram official.
Yep.
And you can go to his website, Instagram.com. My Instagram.com.
Instagram.com.
He owns that now, just so
Yeah.
you know. Yeah, don't worry about it. MysticDylan.com. AdeleLevine.com and Adele Levine on Instagram and The Witch and Media on Instagram. And you can listen to our podcasts on where all podcasts are going. Is there anything you're doing this week that you want to
Nope.
tell people?
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
Nope.
Nope. Anything coming up?
And nope. I mean, I have a lot coming up, but I don't know it off the top
So
of my head.
all the stuff that's coming up, because
We'll know.
it's easier to just follow them on Instagram.
But if you want a tarot deck, we're going to give you the link for eclectic.com
we are.
below.
I'm going to remember to do that.
She's going to because I'm going to text her right now.
Totally.
Okay.
And if I'm actually doing a class, I don't know. This video might have already been over by
It's
then.
over.
I think. Okay, you can find out the stuff we're doing on all our stuff and all that jazz. Thanks, guys.
Thank you.
Dylan.
Have a magical day.
Don't like to say goodbye, so see you soon.